I was wondering why I'm feeling so good today. First, it's a Friday. I cannot afford to be sad on a Friday. Second, I actually had both my breakfast and coffee. And I think the third one is I finally caught up on my sleep. This whole VLOGMAS challenge, it was such an ambitious thing to do, first of all. Like, I'm someone who's brand new to YouTube. I'm also learning all the editing software. And the last time I did any sort of video production was over 5-6 years ago in college when I took this one documentary video art class. As I was navigating DaVinci Resolve, trying to figure out the editing thing, I realized that I've completely forgotten about every little thing that I learned in that class, unfortunately. So it's been a little bit daunting to be pushing to post a video every day when I'm still in this active learning phase. What ended up happening was I fell behind. So long story short, all the video footage and all of that stuff was just stacking up. I didn't have time to sleep and just complete chaos. And yesterday I ended up posting a vlog that I filmed and edited 2 months ago before I even started a YouTube channel. It's a video that I edited but never posted to give myself a day of break and time to reset. So if you're actually someone who's watching the entire VLOGMAS series on the playlist, thank you, by the way, for doing that. And you get to that video from yesterday and you're like, this doesn't really make sense. You have a different hairstyle. That's why, because I spent all of yesterday just sleeping. Now that I'm vlogging, instead of writing, I'm doing it in a video format. One thing I like doing is with journaling, I would actually avoid listing out all the things that I did in a day, and instead I will pick a topic or a thought that occurred to me that day, and I'll expand on it. And it really helped me understand myself. Going forward, I think I'm gonna try and do a little bit of planning in advance, maybe the night before. So that way, as I'm going through the vlog throughout the day, it's easier for me to stay on top of that topic and also be more mindful throughout my day. Being observed by someone who loves you or cares about you has certain effect on people. The camera actually does kind of a similar thing where even though it's not a real person, you're being observed, right? There's a camera. Also on top of that, I'm posting videos online. So there's that added layers of being observed. If you're someone who ever considered starting a YouTube channel, I'm sure you've heard the whole niche down advice. That's something that I really struggled with. It took me almost 10 years of battling what niche do I want to pick for my YouTube, because I've always wanted to be a YouTuber. I just never gotten into it. And especially the last 3 years, I really kind of battled with this idea of I want to start a YouTube channel, but I don't know what I can or want to talk about. One thing I'm noticing, at least with myself, is that I'm putting out so many videos as a new person, right? I'm literally posting a video a day. That in and of itself is helping me define my niche, because YouTube and creating a video, editing, scripting, post-production, creating a thumbnail and coming up with titles, all that stuff takes up a lot of energy in your time. So naturally, you're almost forced to be very effective with what you're producing, because you don't want to be spending this much time and this much effort into something that you really don't care about. One of those things for me is talking about UX design. That's what I do as a full-time job. I'm a full-time UX designer, done it for 4 years, and I always thought maybe if I talk about UX design, it's gonna be easier to create SEO optimized content. But is that something that I want to talk about on YouTube and have a whole channel about it? And then on the other side of that, I wanted to create an art channel, but at the same time, because I'm juggling between a full-time career and this, I wasn't sure if I was able to produce enough content, paint enough or sketch enough things to show people on YouTube. And I was just well, I don't know if that's something that I can even keep up with, because I made 2 large paintings and everything was just smaller sketchbook pieces, a little bit disorganized. So I don't know how I can put that into a video format. And then I was also worried, if I'm working a full-time job and I can't spend as much time into painting, it's gonna be a lot slower. Don't people want instant gratification? They want to see the result faster. They want to start a video with a blank canvas, and then by the end of the video I have to have a complete paintings. I was a little bit afraid. I think I was operating in like a fear mindset where I wasn't sure if that's something I could balance out. The thing that I'm realizing now is, now that I've actually posted something and continuing to post more, I'm becoming more and more aware of my fear, my anxiety, my want. I understand more than I ever did before that I want my channel to be about art, and ultimately I want to become a full-time artist. So if you're someone who's like thinking about starting a YouTube channel in that same mindset that I was in a couple months back, just start recording. And then the vlog that I posted yesterday, I'm realizing now, looking back at it retrospectively, it's a really well done video for my standard, at least. At the time when I was editing my video, I was just like, oh no, I'm never posting this. This is so embarrassing. It's so cringy. I cannot let this out in the world. I think what helped me get over that fear was initially my very first video. I actually worked with an editor. I hired an editor and I just gave her all the footage, and I just couldn't get myself to even watch my own raw footage because I was just like, this is so cringy, I can't. But if someone else can take it and do it, and they decide that this is a good enough content, they can call it complete, fully edited, and then post it on there, that means it must be good. So I think I needed like a little bit of that external validation, like, okay, this is an editor's work, she's a professional, and these are the scenes from my footage that she thought was good enough to put out in the world. And then I think just by posting that first video, it unlocked something, and it also took care of a lot of the fear that I had. So just post that first video as often as you possibly can, especially in the beginning, because like nobody's really watching. There's comfort in knowing that you have a very small audience. You'll understand very quickly about yourself. When I plan and film a video, I try to think about what kind of value can I bring to the audience, and obviously I can't really nail it perfectly every time because I'm new and there is not enough people watching my video, and that means less data for me to look at and to pull from. But that's something that's on my mind, and the more I do it, the more I'm realizing this is actually helping me get clear on my goal and what I want for myself. And if video is not your thing, you can just start journaling every day. Just express explicitly, like outward, what's on your mind, and that clarity will come.
If you want to watch the first video I edited, watch this video next. Bye!